Rob turns back time and gets a major case of the feels in Life is Strange. Pete stayed up way too late bringing you a review of The Order 1886. If you like strategy games, Humble Bundle has quite a deal for you. And our guest, Pat Crane, breaks out his wingsuit for Just Cause 3. All this coming up in episode 3 of...
The Pile of Shame.
Gamers of all kinds, we know that struggle, that overwhelming pile of games to still beat. Conquer the pile, don't quit. Today is March 31st, 2016. My name is Rob, and I am your host for the support group. I go by Chai Tea out there in the gamer world, and with me tonight to help encourage you to keep up the fight against that growing pile are my co-hosts. Going first to Pete. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. This is Pete. I'm fighting Viper, and yeah, that's me.
All right, and I am joined today by a special co-host because Ted is out this week due to work. From Signals Media All-Star Network, host of Convert to Raid and several other great podcasts, Pat Crane. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm a little froggy apparently, but yeah, it's been a fun week of gaming, and I hope to share that with you fellas.
Fantastic. All right, well, let's figure out where our pile is right now.
Zug zug, work complete.
All right, well, I added a game, beat a game, so my pile kind of just shifted a little bit.
Balances out.
Right. Brings my shame quotient to a current 84.6%. Total game count of 301 games with 195 left to go. I will get there.
This is nerdy. This is really nerdy. Already, we're already into like very nerdy territory. I like it. It's very good.
Hey, I only went out to two decimal places. I could have gone higher.
We have a shame quotient now.
Yes.
It's not just a pile. Now it's a quotient.
Right.
Wow.
You have to quantify just how ashamed you are at any given
I guess. I guess. Oh, boy.
Pete, how's your shame quotient?
Well, I'm pretty proud. I didn't add any games. Well, I sort of did, but I pre-added it. So mine is at 89.5% incomplete out of my 886 total games.
Wow. Wow.
But I did beat a game this week, so
Yes. So you actually brought it back. You brought it down a little bit.
I'm starting to rein it in.
Yeah.
It's not going to
Right.
get smaller.
Well, Pat, how big is your pile of shame?
Well, okay. So now I don't have a shame quotient or anything fancy like that. Nothing nerdy like that. I am a fellow nerd, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm not that into math.
Don't look at your
So-
pile of shame. It's
So I don't look at it daily, unlike you fellas, but I look at it occasionally, and just if I were to give you a feeling of this, I would say number one, I don't call at this point in my life, I don't call it my pile of shame anymore. I look at it as a treasure trove of possibilities. Okay, this is how I look
way
at my
too long
games.
of a name for a podcast.
That I just don't have time. I get it. But the ones that I just don't have time for right now. This is my. Oh my God! Wait, hold on a sec. The wife has abandoned me for an evening. I don't have any responsibilities. I don't want to continue a path on something that I'm already playing. What am I gonna do? Oh my God! I'm gonna break out. Finally, maybe finish BioShock Infinite or something like
Right.
that. You know, it's like where you go, okay, yes, I can finally do this thing. And the other thing is that at this point in my life too, I don't buy a lot of games that I can beat. Like I buy Rocket League.
Right.
You know, I buy things that I can play. Brawlhalla, which is amazing. You can't ever win that. Nobody ever wins that game.
There are no
winners.
winners.
You just go and you have insane amounts of fun, and you leave it and you go, okay, I'm good for a while. So now I don't have to play that. So I don't play a lot of games that I can necessarily beat all the time. However, that said, I look in my Steam library and I have got a lot that I don't even have on my system right now. And I'm looking at that and I'm like going, wow, that's at least half of my Steam list. And my Steam list is not short. So,
It's
guys, it's probably pretty high. I'm not saying it's up to your
it's not
your
up to
par.
886. No one
No,
beats
no,
Pete.
no. It's
I just
nobody
gotta
beats
stay on
Pete.
top here.
Nobody beats Pete. But if I were to put it into a quotient form, it'd probably be lower than you guys, but still pretty meaty.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That was a disconcertingly positive view of things there. That was very
Hey,
glasses half
It's
full.
my treasure trove. This is an amazing, like, Tomb Raider. Like, I have Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3. I don't even have them on my system yet. I know that I have them in my library, but I don't have them on my system at all.
There
So,
are benefits for doing it the pile of shame style, because when you finally get to a game, the bug fixes are out. You have all of the DLC. You have the Game of the Year edition, and you got it for hella cheap. So
Well, hopefully.
hopefully you got it for really cheap.
Humble Bundle is amazing
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
So
can't argue there.
there are benefits for sure.
mm-hmm.
All right, well let's see what's keeping us from moving that pile along.
Ah, cart is not moving!
So Pete, I noticed you didn't add 14 games this time, so something's been keeping you from your pile.
Yeah, I got a heartfelt plea to everyone I know: stop getting married all at once.
It happens.
This
I
is
had
the second
3
year in a
weddings
row
last
that's been
year.
happening to you.
Yeah,
Stop
three,
having so many
three
friends.
weddings
That's
last year.
that's the
Oh
lesson.
yeah, there's the
Yeah.
problem. No, I'm gonna run out of unmarried friends eventually. Hopefully soon. So I was out of town this last week in San Francisco, doing the sightseeing thing, not even paying attention to the fact that my phone kept telling me that, what was it, like Dirt Rally was on sale over and over
Oh,
again.
dude, that game looks sick. By the way, that game looks amazing.
It does.
Oh.
But I held off. I didn't buy it. I was too busy seeing
Doing
people
stuff.
play Chinese chess in the park.
Right.
I imagine the weather was lovely down there. So
It was pretty nice, although it's actually warmer here in Washington right now than it was down there.
That kind of scares me. The center, I'll be out there in a month. Oh, all right, Pat. What about you? What's keeping you from those games?
Well, speaking of Dirt Rally, so I saw that Dirt Rally was coming out, and I was like going, okay, well, I wanna like think about Dirt Rally. So I actually got Dirt 3, and that's totally fun game. So Dirt Rally now is like, I'm like primed for it. I'm like going, okay, I'm like on the precipice, just waiting to buy it, just waiting to go. Okay, yes, I need another racing game. That'd be amazing. But instead, I have things like Rocket League to keep me company, because Rocket League continues to be one of the most amazing games in the world of gaming.
Yes.
I can't say this enough, because now they have the basketball thing coming out. That'll be
Yeah.
coming out in April.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that looks so sweet. They put
I'm
out this little
super looking forward
clip.
to that.
Oh,
Just,
so
I
looking
love
forward.
aerials. I love wall play, and it's just mixes that all together. So
I know, and so what I do is, when I play Rocket League right now, I play unranked, because I like to say, you know what, this relationship, it really isn't working out. It's fine. I mean, you guys are
I
great.
commit too much.
It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me that can't stand you. So I'm going to leave now, and I don't want to get penalized for it. Plus, I love Snow Day, which is the hockey part of Rocket League. And if you have ever played Rocket League, the hockey side of things will just throw your game off forever
Right.
in the regular Rocket League, because it's a totally different gameplay. You have to totally think about it completely differently, and it's amazing. So that has taken up like any like little bits of time in trying to tackle new content or whatever. And the other thing that takes up a lot of time is Overwatch. Overwatch. I mean, I'm in the beta, so I got to play it because I got to test it. You know,
Right.
we all have to do
You're
our
doing
duty
You're doing your duty. Yeah.
Civic
to
duty.
test it. So I mean, it's coming out in May, fellas. We gotta get on this thing, and we gotta make sure that it's the best game that it can be. And the only way it can do that is by playing Junkrat at least 20, 30 minutes a day.
It was so nice of them to open up the open beta for my birthday. They didn't have to do that.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, but
That
it's
is
so
nice. That is nice. So Junkrat, Farah, she's great. Let's see. I tried Tracer the other day. Still don't get her. But whatever. It's just all fun.
My best memory of Overwatch still to date was playing it at BlizzCon, where I was playing as Tracer and I got to blow up all of Blood Legion with her bomb.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
I went and stuck it right into the back of Affinity and
That's amazing.
teleported back, and I was like, boom, multi-kill.
That is amazing.
They destroyed us the rest of the game, but that moment that was mine.
I love going in as Junkrat and either with a tire or with yourself and blowing everybody up. That's fine too. I'll take that.
Someone posted in the Convert Rate Discord a GIF of them dying as Junkrat and getting play of the game. Oh, that was Tovo?
Yeah.
Getting play of the game by dying and having all those grenades kill everybody because there was the gravity well as well.
Yeah, he killed one person by just doing whatever, and then he killed 3 other people just by dying.
Right.
It was really, really great.
It's just like all my play of the games is Diva, where I throw my mech, and the entire play of the game is just watching me run around and hide.
Right. Or like Torbjorn, where all you're doing is like hammering on your on the turret,
yeah.
while the turret kills everything, and so all you see is you hammering on the turret. It's like, great play of the game, guys. Way to go. So cool.
Man. Overwatch was in the news way too much this week. It even made all of the gaming sites. I think it even made CNN. It was ridiculous.
Did it make CNN?
I think it made CNN. I thought I saw
Wow.
it. Maybe I'm just making stuff up.
Did they do an expose on the
Tracer's rear
on
end?
the Tracer butt pose?
Tracer booty.
Right. On the over-the-shoulder pose, which got way out of hand.
Yeah.
And, Jeff Kaplan, we love the guy because he's just he's always very real. He's just kind of like this guy who's just kind of out there. He's just a normal guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He puts out this post, and he's like, nope, we're removing this. He doesn't say why, and he doesn't say that they had something else planned. If he had said those 2 things, none of this would have ever happened, ever.
It would, because as soon as he came out with it, people ignored it and kept putting in their own reasons why they think it got removed. Because it's all a conspiracy theory.
Right. And so it took, God, what was it? It was like a full day.
Yeah, it was like
for him to wake up and go, no. So just to let me be clear, this is because we don't want it in there in the game, because we don't feel it is very Tracer-like, this pose where it's just her looking over her shoulder and going, hello, love, that type of thing. And we have something else that we're going to put in there. He finally says that, and everybody goes, why didn't you just say it in the beginning?
Right.
I mean, that would have been the way to do it, right?
And yet all the stories keep coming out about how they removed it because someone was complaining about it and being way too PC. It's sad.
Right.
The internet is sad sometimes. Makes me sad.
Remember, there is no bad publicity.
Right. Now Overwatch is splattered because
true.
at the end, at the tagline of every one of those things, Overwatch coming out May 24th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. So smart move, Blizz. Way to go.
Oh man, for me is keeping me from the pile and again rolling back around to
going back a little bit.
Back to that.
Yep.
Yeah, Rocket League. I play ranked 2s because I hate myself.
Right. I think it really is kind of a you have to hate yourself a little bit if you're playing ranked.
and it's
to some extent by yourself.
Right.
If you're playing with a team, that's totally cool. If you're playing by yourself and just doing like 3v3 or 2v2 and you're playing by yourself,
2v2 is because then I've got 50% of the responsibility, and it's better than the 33% where I sit in goal and then lose the game and feel terrible about myself. I much prefer the 2v2 gameplay, but I really should just play unranked 2v2 unless I got my buddy with me to play, because you either win like 6-0 and make the other team forfeit, or you lose 6-0 and throw your controller across the room. There's no in between. So
right.
need to stop doing that.
Streams.
Right.
I've tried it a couple of times, and I got to tell you, I don't like it when my teammate knows less about Rocket League than I do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
it's
when it becomes
amazing.
difficult.
It's amazing when you get up into, because you get ranked after you play 10 games. You get ranked, and you're supposed to be playing with people that are about your rank. And obviously, 90% of the people I play with got carried there because they get in like derp and leave the goal and okay. Whew,
They
ranked.
could just be having an off day, man. Why you got to be knocking on them like that?
I am always like, listen, man, I am supposed to be the weak link of this team, not you. If you're the weak link, we are in trouble.
Right.
This is the way it goes.
Can't have two weak links, I guess.
No.
Because then you can't do that. You are the weakest link thing. It's just because it's
Right,
Right.
no. What's the point?
Goodbye.
Right. Yeah. So besides Rocket League, I've been socializing a lot, hanging out with friends, doing tabletop gaming. It's really cutting my video game time, man. I need to stop that.
What
You need
kind
fewer.
of tabletop games?
Shadowrun, I'm getting into. I'm starting a campaign with
Okay.
that, and then I do a D&D group with some of my coworkers every other Saturday.
Awesome.
So, guess which
That
class
sounds
I
good.
play?
I have no idea. I haven't played D&D in forever. You play a thief. No, I no, you
Monk,
don't.
man.
I know. I was trying to pick around it.
Right? Oh man! Also, the maker bug has bitten me. I took a class on how to make almost anything was the title of the class, so now I'm doing like a whole bunch of designs with laser cutting and engraving, 3D printing. So it's mainly to help with our board and card game library that we've got, our other pile of shame. Trying to get good storage for those, because a lot of the games that come out, their trays are just absolutely terrible, and you just open up the game and just everything looks like it exploded. So I try to fix that.
Lovely.
Nice.
Yes. All right. Well, let's chip at this pile, see what we've been playing. Beat another one. Streak continues.
Oh.
Congrats.
Yes.
You got to carry us through some of these weeks too, I think. So don't beat them all right now.
Yeah, I'm taking my time getting through there. Oh, all right. So I'm going to tell you about Life is Strange. So
It's a good game.
yes, have you played it?
Yeah, I played the first chapter
Okay.
of that, and
Whew.
it's pretty interesting. I haven't played through the rest of it because I think it was just the first chapter was free, and so I'm like going, oh, I'll do that.
We'll do that.
First one's free. Oh,
Right.
man.
Oh man, this one took over my thoughts and dreams as I played it. So this is a title from Square Enix, where you take on the role of 18-year-old Max Caulfield as she begins her senior year at a new high school in one of the best art and photography schools in the country. So in the first chapter, which Pat has played, you witness a murder in the bathrooms, and you discover that you have the ability to rewind time. And so you go through this episodic game. There's 5 chapters. You use time as your ally to unravel a mysterious disappearance and other odd phenomena going on in Arcadia Bay. So this game is fantastic because the voice acting is really well done. The story is incredibly engaging and emotional. And then I've recorded the entire playthrough, minus about 15 minutes when Twitch was Twitch. And so that's up on our YouTube channel, which you can find by going to youtube.poshame.com. The game has you confront several different choices which affect how people react to you and how the ending chapter plays out. And some of these choices are really difficult and emotionally provoking. I may have cried a little bit. That fourth chapter,
It's an
camera.
emotional game. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. I can see that, dude. Totally.
Oh man, and
Cry, baby.
I will say for sure though, this game is for mature audiences as it deals with very adult themes. So, but I do give this a perfect 5 out of 5. Time loops, I guess, is the stars in this one, as I can't really think of any major flaws that jump out to me on this. A lot of people complain that at the end it's limited in kind of your choices, but it's still an awesome game, definitely worth going through, and I kind of want to go through it again.
It's a cool storytelling game because it's in a way it's kind of choose your own adventure as far as how people react to you because of the choices that you've made. Then there are some really interesting choices, especially at the end of chapter 1,
Right.
where you're like, okay, do I take blame for this particular thing, or do I let somebody else take the fall for me? And how is that going to affect things down the line?
Right.
How is that going to affect the way the other person is going to be reacting to me in the future? So it's kind of interesting and kind of like, okay, how do you want to play this? And you know, Rob, you put on your D&D hat and you're like going, okay, am I going to be lawful good on this, or am I going to be, you know, I mean, you can
Right.
kind of go in that
Yep.
route and say, okay, what kind of character am I trying to be here, and go that route and see where that takes you.
Yeah,
And-
after it finished, I kind of wanted to go back and say, okay, because I did put on like the RPG hat, and I said,
Yeah.
I want to play a specific character with these morals in mind and see how that plays out, and then make
Right.
the decisions based solely off of that. One of the really cool things is when you're playing through is when you get to a major decision like that, you can usually go back, like you can see what the outcome is, and then go back and choose the other outcome, and then make a
Right.
decision which way you want to go.
But that does not mean that will, because everything colors your next decisions and the way that people react to you. You only get you can only see both reactions, like immediate reactions to your
Right, you
to
don't get to
whatever
see
you're
as it
doing. You don't
branches
get to
out.
see
Yep.
right, and so that's kind of the interesting thing about this game is how do people react to you later in the game,
Right.
and
Specifically,
that
the
that
final
was something
chapter.
that intrigued me.
Yeah. The final chapter,
I bet.
everything kind of coalesces and it judges you based on how you played it. They will judge you.
Oh, no.
And
Great. Just what I need.
I got
Perfect.
judged quite harshly. So
That's what I want my video games to
Yeah.
do. Judge me harshly. Yes. As if the players weren't enough that I deal with. Oh, now I got to deal with the game. All right.
But this is definitely a highly recommend for me. Go out and play it. This is one of the best video games that I've played in recent history. So get out there and play that.
That's cool.
Pete.
Does it have?
Oh,
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
was going to
No.
ask. Sorry. Does it have multiple endings as well, or is it just like a limited set? Or?
So that is one of the issues that a lot of people brought up is it comes down to one choice.
Oh, okay.
There are
So there's like two endings.
But the ending chapter, like I said, all of the time up to that end choice is all flavored based off of the previous 4 chapters. So really, if you take the whole chapter as an ending, then there are tons of different endings.
All right. It's the journey, not the destination.
Exactly. The journey is so worth it, man. It's that game. Oh, the feels. The
But Chrono
feels.
Chrono Trigger had more endings.
All right. Well, Pete, what did you beat this time?
Well, my game also had a lot of feels. Mostly rage, actually.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Have either of you guys played The Order 1886 on
I have
PS4?
not. No.
Well, it looks pretty good for a 130-year-old game, but no, actually, I guess it was last year. It's a third-person shooter. It's set in, guess what year? 1886 in London, and it's sort of steampunkish, I guess, in the feel. It's got a really cool aesthetic, I guess, but I mean, does steampunk the right thing to say for the lightning stuff and sort of the like future
Yeah,
retro
Yeah,
looks?
it's.
Sure.
I'm looking at the
Like
at the trailer
Tesla
right now.
type of
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Tesla-esque type of thing. That would be steampunky. Sure.
All right. Yeah, so that's the vibe I got from it, and it's about an order of these knights. I'll put that in air quotes there because they definitely don't act like I would imagine a knight would. I'm not really sure what they're here to do. They seem to fight werewolves, vampires, Jack the Ripper, the local authorities.
Okay.
They just kill a lot of people, basically. They all drank from the Holy Grail and have immortality, so they're continuing to protect humanity, I guess. So I don't know if you've seen any videos of it. I assumed this was just going to be like Gears of War, but pretty. Yeah, it was not nearly as fun as Gears of War.
Oh,
It starts right out, and you spend, I don't know, I think I spent about 15 minutes shambling in this sort of like super injured state in the game and getting introduced to that as a mechanic, which is slow movement. That's a theme through the game,
oh, jeez. I hate those.
as well as QuickTime events, which
Oh,
everybody
okay.
loves QuickTime events, right?
Yeah.
But it's that's what it starts you off with. You don't even shoot a gun for probably 20 minutes. And then as you go through the game, you can look forward to other exciting stuff like lockpicking, overloading a circuit with some goofy Tesla thing, being forced to sneak around and murder people, and if you get spotted, you die instantly.
Oh,
Uh,
God.
you pick up stuff and you just look at it. There's there's nothing else to that. You just look at it and then you put it back down. Um,
That's engaging
there's-
gameplay right there.
yeah,
Listen,
that's
It's 1886. What do you expect? They don't have TV. Let's go.
You gotta
You
just
gotta
pick up an
occupy
everything
yourself.
and look at it.
Right?
yeah. You pick up that tin can and stare at it and go, "Wow, that sure is." It also has this thing they call black sight, which I kept forgetting about, but it's like slow motion, and clearly you can tell it's essential to gameplay because I forgot about it over and over again. And then my very favorite thing, which I guess the best way to describe it would be the two-button cinematic knife fight that nobody asked for. You it's like a cinematic, but they force you to press like L2 and R2 to slash at things and then do little quick time events, and I don't know why they even bothered putting that in instead of just letting me shoot them.
Right.
There's a button to hit things. Why couldn't I have used that? Yeah, anyway, and there's not a lot of the enemies. There's basically two types of enemy in the game: the guy you can headshot, and then the guy that you have to just fill full of lead. And then I guess there's a third kind where you fill him full of lead, and then you press a button over him, and then he dies.
Yeah, that seems
Okay.
very Gears of War-ish right there.
They have some kind of cool looking weapons, and you'll think they're really cool when you continue to leave them on the ground because they're worthless except for like two of them. I don't know.
Well balanced.
Yeah. The story, I'm gonna admit, I don't really remember the character names. Actually, yeah. So I guess the main character is Galahad, and it does have Tesla. The actual Tesla is in it.
As played by
Okay.
David Bowie? Come on. That would be awesome if it was David Bowie, but it's not. It's not.
That would be amazing. Sadly, no, I don't know who he is.
All right.
But the voice acting's fine. But I didn't care about any of the characters. I didn't really care about the story. I didn't even really care about the setting that much, but that might be because I'm more of a cyberpunk guy. And I guess in the end, I spent 10 hours probably playing this game, and the only reason I beat it was because of this podcast. I probably would have just left
Gave
it
up on
after
it?
the first beer-fueled playthrough when, I tried to make it through.
Right.
But yeah, so in the end, I guess I would give this 2 out of 5 werewolves, and I'd recommend that you go waste your time on something like the movie Hansel and Gretel or something.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
those yeah, that says something, right?
Burn.
Kind of does. Kind of
'Cause
does.
it's-
Hansel and Gretel, not a fantastic. I mean, it's a
Oh.
good movie. It's okay. It is what it is. But it's not like it's not a great movie.
No. So this game, I mean, it's really pretty, but it was just, they had so many mechanics, and I had to have every time you got to a mechanic, I had to have the tutorial for it again because you only use it like twice in the game, and you forget by the second time you have to pick a lock, you're like, oh, that's right. So
Nice.
anyway, don't play it. Go play Life is Strange.
Yeah, it sounds like they were just trying to do way too many things at the same time. Like it seemed like just a mishmash of that seemed like the dartboard strategy, right? It's like, all right, we need to come up with
Yeah.
a new game design. Let's put up all these concepts up on the board and throw darts. Okay, we got werewolves. Okay, we got zombies. Okay, we got cyberpunk. Okay, Civil War era. Okay, well, let's figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, it
Right.
had a bit of an identity crisis. I wish they had focused on just like a cover-based shooter and made it good, but they didn't.
They didn't. Oh,
It happens from time to time. It does.
Sad but true.
It does.
Pat? did
Well,
you, go ahead.
if you don't want to watch Hansel and Gretel, and if you want kind of more of a summer blockbuster, then you can play the game that I finished recently, which was Just Cause 3. Just Cause 3. So I finished this actually probably a month or so ago, but I went back for more because I like the game.
Right.
Nice.
It's funny. It's weird when you finish a game and you're like going, well, you know what? Let me try that just a little bit differently.
Right.
Let me try that just a little bit differently, and let's just see what I need to do to finish this in a little bit different way.
Square Enix seems to be good at this.
As it turns out, I didn't have to do that much different. You know, it was like it kind of forced you into a pattern, but whatever. It's still a fun game. So yeah, this is Square Enix again, where you become the ultimate freedom fighter, Rico Rodriguez, and in Just Cause 3, Rico Rodriguez, by the way, very, very cool customer, and he has some of the best little quips during the whole thing. It's like, oh yeah, you just love all the little details that they put into the voice acting. It's great. But your job is to loosen Di Ravello's grip on the country of Medici. I think I'm saying that right. Medici, yes.
Sounds plausible.
Before downing him for good. And so there's tons of weapons that you get. You get grenade launchers. You get all sorts of guns, handguns, grenades. You name it, you got it. And you also have this little grapple hook. The grapple hook is amazing because you also have like a parachute that will fold up into itself essentially and be ready whenever you want to use it. So you just open up the parachute, you grapple hook your way to your next spot where you like down everybody. You blow up all this stuff. If you like explosions, this game has more explosions than ever in any game whatsoever. Really, really good.
As we
I love it.
Sounds good.
Pete and I played Just Cause 2 multiplayer mod several times,
Ooh.
and
Ooh.
that was what's the proper word for that? Is it chaos?
Oh yeah,
Pretty
Well,
much.
and they're called chaos items that you're blowing up.
Oh.
So like that's like fuel tanks and you know, like all these different things. Like I can't even think of what they are right now, but like all these things are different chaos items, and you blow up these chaos items, and that's how you liberate towns and military bases and stuff along the way. So it's very, very cool. The voice acting, very well done. Also, David Tennant from Doctor Who. He was the 10th Doctor, right?
Yes.
I think so. And he is in this as a radio announcer guy, as a voice of the government, and just getting more and more frustrated throughout the game. It's hilarious to listen to him.
Being as the voice of the government.
Nice.
And it's like he's like, oh yeah, it was totally planned. It was totally great, you know. And then, oh yeah, hail Medici or whatever whatever he said. And so it was just very, very funny. Like this other thing that was going on in the game was that the government was getting more and more frustrated, and you could feel it in everything that was going on, and it was really, really very cool. There are some really great story ideas in here. You get to like stand on a rocket.
Of course.
Summer blockbuster type of video game. This is what I'm talking
Pull out
about.
your cowboy hat and wave it around.
Oh, it's so cool. The only real downside of the game for me was the repetition when it comes to liberating towns and military bases. You kind of are forced into it because of the story. It makes you down so many or liberate so many different areas before they will move you forward in the story, so that you get some practice and stuff like that. Because it does get harder as you go along. But it does feel a little bit repetitive and grindy at times, which is okay, I think, for some games. It's fine. And it does lead to some more emotional moments down the line, and there's like lots of, I don't know, Lots of explosions. Lots of
Emotional explosions.
Emotional explosions. Yes.
It's pretty cool that they actually put a story mode in here that's actually good, like an actual decent story.
No, it's fun. It's kind of like you are against Di Ravello, but you also see this new the leader to be coming in. You are dealing with the U.S. government guy, the CIA guy. That's kind of your go-to as he plays both sides of the field, and so you're watching all this stuff. Plus, you have your friend, your brother, really, and you are fighting alongside with him to free Medici from the grips of Di Ravello, and it's very when you finally finish the game, you feel accomplished. You feel good about the outcome. You feel good about yourself. You feel powerful. You feel very, very, I don't know. You feel happy. You feel like, oh my God, I did it. This is great. I like this stuff.
So kind of like when you come out of a good summer action flick.
Yeah. The Expendables would be a great, like movie equivalent to this game. The Expendables, lots of explosions, tons of stars, lots of great characters, and they're all kind of like a little shady, just a little shady, and some of them are gonna die. That's the way that it goes. But yeah. So other than the grinding, the somewhat grindiness of it, the other little downside is that you can't control the difficulty levels. I mean, although it does grow more difficult, I kind of wish the AI of the military might of Di Ravello would be just be adjustable,
right? Because
I felt like at some point, and I think it was as I was freeing some of the last military bases, you get kind of used to the movement of how everything works, and so like you go, okay, well I'm gonna like use my parachute and glide around and blow crap up, and then oh, there's a helicopter and it's trying to shoot me, but it can't get me, so I'll grapple to the helicopter and steal the helicopter, and then I'll blow stuff up with the helicopter. I don't know. It just seemed to be kind of a repeating thing.
Little too easy at the end once you get all your
power.
A
little bit too easy. But I will say that if I were to rate this, I would give it a 4 out of 5 fuel tank explosions.
Ooh.
So.
Excellent.
A strong 4 out of 5, maybe even a 4.5 out of 5.
I can feel the heat from here. That's plenty of explosion.
No, it's a good game though. It's a solid game, and if you like action and you like very little downtime, you'll like this. If you like GTA 5, right? If you like the Grand Theft Auto stuff, you'll love this because it's basically Grand Theft Auto except a military-based Grand Theft Auto.
And you get
nice.
without hookers, without the ladies of the night.
So there's
that
hook.
There is a hook in it,
but
but there's no ER
right
on that. Right.
The tagline that keeps running through my head is liberation through detonation, but I don't know if that was a subtitle for the show or the game. No.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. That
Just
sounds
blow
amazing.
stuff up.
Right, blow stuff up. That's it.
So there has to be a little bit of a story when I posted on Twitter that you were coming on the show and linked that you were going to be working with, or reviewing Just Cause. They responded and indicated that you need to talk about First Avenue Club.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess one of the guys was from the Minneapolis area where I'm from, where I'm currently in, and so First Ave is like that's the big music club that's in Minneapolis, and Prince's. That's where Prince came up through the ranks, I guess.
Okay.
And it has lots of other great artists that have been through there, and they have on the sides of the building they have these stars, they painted stars on there, and then on the inside of the stars it has different band names, and the whole site is just littered with all of these stars with all these different bands that have gone through there, and a lot of them very fantastic. I know that I saw P-Funk. I saw those guys there. I saw Cake there. I've seen Prince there a couple of times, and
nice.
many other artists for sure. And I even had a run-in behind the scenes a little bit over there. Because I work for a radio station in Minneapolis, and we were doing this thing where we were using the area adjacent to the First Ave, which at the time was a big parking lot, and so we were doing this big, huge free concert down in the middle of downtown, and we had to hang signs off of the rooftop of First Ave. So we had to bring this sign up to the rooftop of First Ave and then hang it. Mm-hmm. So I went to First Ave with my crew, and I said, okay, well, we need where's the ladder to the roof? He said, oh, it's over there. Okay, great. I went to the ladder, and above the ladder, what they had built is they had built one of those, I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like a little shed top for the ladder because it's, flat top roof and whatever, downtown Minneapolis. And what they didn't say was that little shed rooftop area was also a favorite perch for pigeons. And that ladder was coated with a bunch of stuff that I won't go into, but that I did climb because I was a soldier. I was a soldier and I was going to do it. I just made up my mind and I just said, okay, we're doing this. Climbed up the ladder and I went, this is really gross. But of course, I was the first one. I was the one to take the major hit because I was the leader of the group. So I did it.
Delegate, man.
Did it.
Nice.
I did it. No, I wasn't going to delegate that stuff. I wasn't going to delegate that. Nobody delegates that.
Lead the way. Oh,
so that was a little behind the scenes stuff from First Ave. Don't try to go up to the rooftop, guys. Don't do it.
We'll cross that off the list.
You will regret it immediately.
All right, well, let's see what we have been playing to try to climb the pile. Thanks, Cubert. Oh, so I see that pretty much none of us really played anything else.
Yeah.
Rocket League, Overwatch.
Non-beatable
The Division.
games. Yes, The Division is kind of the
Too
only
much.
thing that I've been playing.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
I played a little bit of that this afternoon. A little bit.
You up to 7 now?
No. What ended up happening was that I ended up going to a new mission and failing a couple of times. And then I said, you know what? I'll come back to this later. And I think I played Rocket League instead because I'm like, God, I can finish this. And feel good about myself instead of going through this thing and failing and feeling bad that I couldn't blast these guys in fire suits or whatever. I can't remember what I was doing. I was shooting something and they shot back and I said, oh, I guess I'm dead. All right.
It does tend to happen.
This game has kind of taken over the collective. It's like game of the, what were you guys calling it on the Discord? Game of the minute?
Game of the moment.
Game of the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm up to level 25. Just got my ultimate medic ability. I feel good. But then
Congratulations.
all my friends are level 30 except for Pete.
Yeah, we're the only ones who haven't made it to the end game, pretty much.
Right.
Pete, what level are you at?
I think I stayed up too late the other day and I got to 24, I think.
Oh,
So we were
nice.
18 when we started the night, and I was helping you level, and then I left when you were 21, and so
Yep.
yeah. It's weird, like if you actually sit down and focus and just go side mission encounter, and kind of ignore everything else, you level pretty fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been trying to do all the side missions right now so that I can get blueprints and crap like that too.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
They just announced today patch 1.1, so they'll be coming out with incursions, so we can fall even further behind on the loot. So that's good.
No
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I do like the gameplay though. I mean the gameplay itself is actually pretty cool. I like how they made it so you can take cover
Yes.
against anything. And unfortunately, sometimes I find myself taking cover on the wrong side of things,
Yes.
which is okay. I'm
Yep.
still, level 6 or 7 or whatever the heck I am. But it's pretty cool, and I do like the way that they use the different and the different areas where you can go and restock your gear. You can go and you can find like the different safe houses and stuff like that, and it's and New York is amazing. Just the setting
it's
is
pretty cool.
amazing.
Yeah, they have built a really good setting there. Really good. They've built a world inside our own world, which is really cool.
Yeah, and that is the real star of the game is New York in this very different state.
Right.
And it's amazing. It's so cool. It's like you go to Brooklyn and you're like going, oh yeah, you know what? This looks like Brooklyn. This looks like things that you would find there. This, and I haven't been there in a long time, but that's kind of what I remember of it.
Like 2000 the last time I was there. So yeah, it was.
Yeah. So it's very, very cool. So.
So now you can go back and you can say, hey, I shot a fire guy right over there.
That's
right.
right.
And now I'm here.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, and that guy bugged out. I remember his face stretching to infinity all the way down Broadway.
They got
Alex. They got Alex. Again. Poor Alex.
Always gets it.
Pete, you're getting all sorts of graphical glitches that the rest of us aren't, right? You're like,
oh man, I love it.
Melting off and.
Wow.
Yeah, we should post some of those. I put them on our Discord group, but yeah, there was somebody whose half of her face, like the textures were stretched all the way down the street, so it was just this floating eyeball and like a jawline, and then half of her face.
That is so cool. That's one reason to buy the game right there for all the different glitches.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
And it's weird, like the glitches that are happening in the system is all based on like which version of NVIDIA drivers you have. It seems like if you haven't updated your NVIDIA drivers, you get really weird glitches with like floor textures. But then if you upgrade, but not to the newest one, like the second newest one, then you get the face glitches. And then if you get the newest one, then everything's fine except for you get rezzed and then you can't use any of your abilities, or you can't reload your weapon or something like that.
Right.
So game's a lot of fun, but yeah, very buggy. So hopefully it'll fix a lot of that. And then
it does have some issues. Yeah. Oh.
It's still fun. It's still fun, and it's still a good game. It's just sometimes for me, especially right now, I've got a lot of different things going, like construction at my house going on, which cuts me off from this place that I'm coming to you from, which is my office essentially, and. So during when I'm normally available, I can't play video games. So and this is why Rocket League is so great, because I can just jump on and play 5-10 minutes and be done. And with the Division, if you play 5 to 10 minutes, guess what? You got to redo that 5 to 10 minutes the next time you come in, because those encounters are probably 20 to 30, right?
So not quite as bite-sized.
The major missions are, you can still. In 5 to 10 minutes, you can usually get like an encounter done, but that's about it. Yeah. You don't get that much for it.
Maybe, if you're lucky.
Right.
If you don't die like I do every single time, you'll be fine.
That's a key point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what we've added onto the pile. So, let's see. I added one game, Rainbow Six Siege. It was on sale at Best Buy, so. Pick that up. Haven't actually played it yet. Another Ubisoft and Tom Clancy game. So
it looks very cool.
Yeah, our friend Chris played it. We used to play Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2 a lot back in college, and I had a lot of fun with those. And this one's supposed to be more kind of like a multiplayer, kind of like Counter-Strike type thing, more tactical Counter-Strike. So that intrigues me.
Cool.
So I think the cover system is gone. You know how you used to hug up against a wall and you'd go third person? So that's not in this one anymore. It's just a first person. Huh. I think that's my understanding.
They took the cover system, put it in Division, and
there you go.
So they want to differentiate, I guess. They come out at the same time. Let's see, and then we've talked about this the last couple episodes, but Quantum Break should be coming out in the next couple weeks, and probably getting on Xbox One, so I actually have a reason to play my Xbox One.
And turn it on.
Right?
I know. Isn't that sad? Mm-hmm. It's like a lot of the Xbone games. I try to pick them up on PC if I can.
Right.
And then I'm just like, looking at my Xbox and I'm going, well, you're good for Netflix,
Right.
and that's not why you should buy one.
No.
Not
I
really.
played Halo 5. I mean, that's something.
Yeah,
Something that wasn't
Yeah, that's
available on
cool.
the PC. But yeah,
right.
Quantum Break looks like really a solid game, but we've talked about that previously. So we'll talk about it
Excited
more when
still.
it comes out. Yes,
Right.
Still excited. So Pete,
Yeah.
you didn't actually add anything to your pile. You're
didn't,
averaging
but
out
I'm-
to like 4 games a week now.
I am still gonna get Rainbow Six Siege probably, so that'll show up on there very soon. And then there's gonna be a humble bundle. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
There's gonna be something.
Something's coming
And
out.
that's gonna put like 12 new things on there, and I'll cry a little bit. And oh well, that's how it goes.
What about you, Pat? What have you added recently?
So we were talking about Dirt Rally before. It's coming out on Xbone, I think, next month. I think.
coming soon,
And then,
yeah.
yeah. And then there's also things like Battleborn and Overwatch, which are basically, which are very close to, they're very similar games. But Battleborn is coming out, and Overwatch is doing the open beta
the exact
week,
same
the
time,
week,
yeah.
the week that it comes out.
I
So-
love the little Twitter
the-
tiff they had over that.
Oh, God, it's so funny. And I'm like going, well, yeah, Overwatch, you probably should do an open beta when Battleborn comes out, because, yeah, it's very similar. Dark Souls 3 is another one that people are psyched up about. I'm kind of looking at it going, well, maybe.
I haven't played
maybe.
any of the Dark Souls
Yeah, did you
yet.
play the first two or no?
No, not at all. So, but I've seen them, but I haven't played them. And at this point, I'm not going to buy them. But I do see Dark Souls 3, and I'm like going, well, maybe this would be a time to jump in and see what's going on. See if I like it. And also, Doom is coming out sometime soon.
And they're not calling that Doom 5 or anything, right? It's just
No,
Doom.
it's just Doom.
Yeah.
It's just Doom. And it's coming
I
out
think
for
it's a
everything.
reboot.
So it's coming out PS4, PC, and Xbone.
Okay.
So all that stuff is going to be good, and for the most part, like Dirt Rally would be the only thing that I would pick up for a console right now, because
You're going to be playing
I
it with a
tried-
controller anyways.
well, no, I tried Destiny, tried playing Destiny on Xbox, and I found out that most of the time I just kind of suck at video games, but when I'm playing a FPS on a console, I suck so bad that I throw the controller across the room and I look and I'm level 2. It's like I'm level 2 and I'm already angry, and I can tell that this is not going well. And I'm like going, can I get my money back? That would be great if I could get my $60 back for this game, because this is not going to be good at all.
See, I
want
my
a
money back.
mouse.
I want my money back for Destiny for completely other reasons. I don't even have
You're
time to
right.
explain why I
No.
don't have time to explain.
No.
Right.
Harsh.
And there were many people that were like you. There were many people that were like, Destiny, oh my God, get me out of this thing whatsoever. Peter Dinklage, let's not go there. And all this other stuff. And since then, apparently they've fixed it. They've made it better.
Yeah, Nolan
They've-
North, I think, voices.
But
the
I'm
guy
but
now.
I'm not sure if it makes up for what they did before. Who knows?
The
I
gameplay
didn't-
was
I
always
didn't-
fun.
I didn't get. All I know is I didn't get very far because I was so frustrated at myself not being able to work the controller the way that I wanted to, and that's why I choose racing games like I mean Rocket League, Dirt Rally, some of the other racing games I love on console. So great.
Yeah, I like RPGs, like any kind of turn-based RPG. I really like on console, sit-down experience. Yeah, racing games, fantastic. I pick up the shooters okay. I definitely prefer mouse and keyboard, but I'm able to pick up
Yeah,
the
mouse and
controller,
keyboard is the way to go for me.
so- Yeah.
And that's why Overwatch, Doom, those would be PC picks for me.
Right.
Whereas Dirt Rally would be the only thing that I would ever consider for Xbox. So that's me.
Yeah, no, Pete and
I
I
also-
both have an Xbox One, and it's just sitting there gathering dust. It's pretty terrible.
Well,
I
see,
got
now what I did-
Sunset Overdrive though, so I have a
Oh,
reason to play
and
it.
it's
That'd be
it's
kind of
com-
fun.
It's coming
Yeah.
out for free next month.
Oh,
The
Yes,
games for gold.
something to add to the pile.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I'll
Just
be
bought
adding
it.
that to the file. Does that have any multiplayer, Pete?
I'm not even sure.
If it does,
it's in
lots of
saran
fun.
wrap still.
It doesn't even matter. It looks like a cool game though. I mean, it looks like a pretty fun game. So it's
Yeah, it seems like
Good.
that's a zombie game that doesn't take itself too seriously, right?
it
Seems that
definitely
way.
does
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of humble bundles, let's go ahead and pile some games onto the pile.
Preparing to dispense product. Your business is appreciated.
Yeah, the humble bundle is out again, and
always.
you have until April 5th to get into this one. A lot of solid games, especially if you like strategy. Sega Strategy Bundle is out. Company of Heroes, Warhammer 40K, Medieval 2, Rome Total War, the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive strategy pack.
What is that? Shining Force or something? What's on that even?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of Shining Force 2. It looks like
All right.
too small to look. Let's see, Valkyria Chronicles. If you pay $6.49 or higher, that's a solid game. That one's really good. I played that one. Another Warhammer 40K. Eastside Hockey Manager. Is that strategy
Right.
apparently?
Well,
Well, it's the managing side of it, right? So
Yeah.
it's not the actual playing, right? It's not the
It's-
way. I don't know how those manager game works.
Right.
Like all those different manager games, I'm like, so this is fun. How?
Yeah, I have no
I-
interest in playing sports ball games to begin with. Actually, I can't say that. I used to love
I
playing
like-
sports ball games.
I like playing sports ball games. I don't like playing sports ball manager games.
Right.
Why?
Watching everyone else play the sports ball while you
Right.
just sit there and
It's like I've been a raid leader in World of Warcraft. That is really tough work. Why would I want to be a manager in a pro sport? That seems like it would be
for
much harder.
fun. Yeah.
For fun.
let's
yeah.
see. Total War Shogun 2 and you get 66% off of Football Manager 2016. There's
Oh.
that.
Football
shoot.
manager. Oh well, then I'm in. No,
That's
sold
that's
on
the
that one.
soccer version.
no, yeah, it's soccer. It's
Yeah.
not
Not
American
NFL
football.
Manager. Yeah. Let's see. If you pay $12 or more, you get Total War Attila and Company of Heroes 2 as well.
And why wouldn't you just go all out? I mean,
Right.
if you're gonna do the humble bundle, just go all
Yeah,
out,
You pay the $12 at least,
and you
or-
get all the games.
Yeah,
and
donate
then
to
you-
charity even more.
Yeah, and then you realize that your Steam list is incredibly long, and you still have yet to download most of them on your system, like me. Right.
It's a whole part of piling on the pile. Exactly why we do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned Tomb Raider a little bit ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic game. I played through and beat that one.
Not on my
2015
system.
No, not on your system yet.
No. not
But
yet.
if you want that game, which I highly recommend picking up, and I think that's a Square Enix title as well, if I recall. If you donate $1 or more to Game Changer charity, you can get the Tomb Raider 2013 version for that $1. This is going on until April 5th, or while supplies last. The link will be in the show notes. And so Game Changer Charity is a nonprofit organization that delivers video game gifts to hospitals and financial support to families with children with life-threatening diseases. So go donate and get an awesome game in return.
Sounds good. Win-win.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then for all of I know we were really hyping up the Xbox One this episode.
Gotta get one.
Gotta
so it can
get
sit
one.
on
You
the
gotta
shelf.
get one. Netflix, everybody. Netflix.
But they just came out with a bundle it's going to come with Quantum Break and Alan Wake. Those rhyme. I just realized that. And a white Xbox One for $299. So that's a fantastic deal.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because I think right now they dropped the main Xbox console to $299, so you're basically getting a limited edition Xbox One plus Quantum Break and Alan Wake for the same price. So the link will be in the show notes as well for that. So you can go check that out if you like. Okay. Well, I'm going to be streaming Ori and the Blind Forest the next couple weeks. That's the game that
Nice.
the interwebs
Oh,
has
nice.
chosen for me to pick up next. I'll be starting that stream after hitting 30 in the division. I need to catch up to all the buddies, but that should be somewhat
better wait.
right? Pete, what are you planning on streaming?
Oh my gosh, I have not figured. I'm still traumatized by beating the order last night.
You need to pick a good game to even things out.
No, I think I might need to go further down, just
for the
to remind
one-star
myself. Yeah, just to show myself. There'll be some division going on probably, and then I still have to figure out what's next for games. So, sorry, no plans.
All right. Well, if you would like to game with us, you can do that.
We won't hate you or
we're not
anything
gonna
like that.
We're not going to hate you. And all of our different gaming profiles and more are going to be in the show notes for each episode at poshame.com. If you're into World of Warcraft, you can check out my other podcast right here on the D20 Crit Network called Monk Meditation at monkmeditation.com. Pete, you got anything to put in there?
I'm afraid not. I'm the quiet guy this episode.
Okay. All right, Pat, I know you've got a show or two.
Yeah, so if you're into World of Warcraft and you like Monk Meditation, well, you might like my show too. It's called Convert to Raid, and we talk about all of the different gaming news in World of Warcraft and beyond in the Blizzard universe. So come check us out. It's also at converttoraid.com over there. And if you just want to listen to a couple of schmucks talk silly stuff about internet and play some really great music, I do a show called A Case of the Mondays with Jules Scott, and that is at mondays.show. Yeah, that's a real URL.
Nice.
Mondays.show, and it's just silly stuff and great tunes. So check it out there.
All right, Pat, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an honor to have you.
It's a fun time.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. This was amazing.
All right, if you want to get in contact with the show, email us at show@poshame.com. Pete, how can everyone best reach us?
Glad you asked. Rob is at WowMonk on Twitter. I myself am at Fighting Viper. Ted, who's not here, slacker, is at Periclean with a K. Our guest Pat today is at Pat Crane with a K as well. There's some good K stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then you can follow the show at PO Shame. So there you go.
Well, everyone, conquer the pile. Don't quit. We're going to be back in a couple weeks with more games to add to the pile. Until then, don't get smothered by your pile of shame. Good night, everybody.
I rolled a 20.
I like
That's
that.
still sort of